So I saw the new RWBY X Justice League Superheroes and Huntsmen Part 1 movie, which is actually awesome, where we get to see RWBY meet up with the Justice League from the DC Comics, which we get to see Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and more. Plus, this is the first RWBY movie that we actually get to see. So, here is the review of the crossover movie right now. So the movie actually begins in Redmond, where we see Superman, aka Clark Kent, actually woke up from being unconscious, knowing how he saw Grimm actually attacking, by which we see how Ruby Yang actually fighting with Grimm, but he knew how they had never seen Clark before, so they actually decided to fight alongside him when he would use his powers. But we see how they didn't see how they didn't use his powers until we actually get close to the sun, where which we see how they saw how he used his heat ray on a Grimm, which we see how he introduced himself, which they don't take the name Superman seriously, but we see how he needs answers of what's going on, by which they actually headed towards Beacon. Around the same time, we see in the nursery where Blade and her mother, Collie, have actually discussing of what they actually knew, but we actually heard from a fungus named Rob about someone who was actually infiltrated the area when Jira actually told him, you know how to work since Sintra Khan's death, which she remembers in Volume 5, by which Adam had killed her, in which we knew how someone had entered the island, by which we see how it is Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, who actually appeared in the island, who actually introduced herself as Princess of the Amazon, by which we knew how she wanted answers as well. So Pike suggested to contact her friends. Macaulay said that the communication system has been down, which we headed towards Atlas, where Weiss and her father John have actually hosting a party, knowing how they knew of this situation at hand, by which we see her actually activating her summoning on Volume 4, and the Volume 5, by which we knew how someone is actually causing disturbance, by which is actually someone that she didn't know until she met Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, who actually showed up at a party, just like in the comics, which we knew that we actually see how she suspected of him being a thief when Jock have actually said that his key is missing, which she accuses him as a thief, by which he fight the guards as well as her until revealing her fondest traits, which of course mean his bat wings on his back, because in the comics he has bat ears on his head. So he was captured easily when he tried to fly away, knowing how he didn't do anything. But we see how Ruby and Weiss was exhausted after Clark ran fast. That's when they met with Blake and Diana, who they actually met Osmond, then referred to Oscar when they realized that he died in Volume 3 and reincarnated into Oscar on Volume 4. So they didn't know what's going on, which the Justice League didn't know what semblance and aura is, until they met with Vixen, Barry Allen, the Flash, Victor Stone, Cyborg, and Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern, as they doing a spar session with John, Ren, and Noah, with Glenda Goodrich instructing them, knowing how they are actually going to fight as well, but knowing how they're actually have their friends reunited. But Jessica didn't have her ring, so they actually have a meeting, which Bruce has decided to try out his wings and his siblings, which is actually a reference of his detective vision with his cowl. So Weiss have given him his gear, which is the Batman costume, but with the remnant style, so he's using his skills to escape, in which we knew how something is wrong, which they all have a meaning of what's actually happening. So now we knew that everywhere in Redmond, which the Justice League didn't know what it is, similar to their Earth, we can tell how they are trying to get to the other team, in which we see how Jessica didn't have her ring, but we see how they split into groups, where Ruby, Clark, Nora, Ren, Vixen, and Barry are battling the Grimm, while Blake and Diana head over to Atlas to find Weiss and Bruce, and John going with Jessica to find her ring, which is actually quite a difficult task, since the ring is actually made out of will. But she tried to contact her ring with John's help, but they're actually in the white room where everything has happened, where these Grimm jellyfish have actually appeared where we knew how they were being attacked, meaning that they're in a simulation, meaning that someone is controlling it, by which we see how Weiss and Bruce have made it towards the lab, knowing that Grimm have appeared, which we knew how is covered by a cloaking spell where we knew something is keeping the Grimm out. When Bruce realized that it actually eats dust, knowing how they are actually getting ready to fight back against the Grimm without dust. So they made it inside of the lab, closing the door to keep the Grimm out. But we knew how they actually tried to figure out what's going on, by which we see Diana trying to activate her powers with Blake and Weiss actually watching from a distance. So now we knew how her powers actually work. While she told them that she's a warrior who's actually used her powers alongside others. But the Grimm are attacking them on their way to Atlas, in which we knew how they were going to fight back against the Grimm, which they actually have fought them off as they made it towards Atlas. But we see how John and Jessica try to find her ring, knowing how they have met up with Pyrrha, who actually thought for John that she was dead, which she has on volume 3, by which we knew how they have thought that they got help from her, but they actually made it towards the to a secret hallway, but it's actually a broom closet, which Pyrrha say that they cannot alert the Justice League, by which we knew something is actually wrong. Elsewhere, we see how everyone is talking about what has happened, which regarding to the fact that someone is actually controlling everything else. But as when the Grimm had begun to attacking him, in which we knew how they were actually at the battle against the Grimm, but we knew how they actually didn't fight anyone, how they actually have usually fought against the monsters ahead, by which the villains that they actually fighting is a robot called Kilgore, which of course is an intelligent robot, just like a Mazo, who actually took over anything else. But back at the lab, we see Bruce told Wise about the numbers in the sequence, in which using his semblance, he actually discovered the name Kilgore, by which we knew how they are actually was attacked by Grimm and outnumbered until Blake, Yang, and Diana have actually saved their life, by which they actually have came to their friend's rescue, the giant Grimm actually came to attacking them. But Bruce accused Barry of being in control of the simulation by which he was possessed by Kilgore. Around the same time, we see Jessica and John are being crushed by the walls that are closing in which they are actually blaming themselves for trusting Piero. But we see Jessica using the Green Lantern's oath to actually use her powers, which we see how they are actually escape, knowing how they actually got their powers again, which Vixen got her animal powers, by which we see how Kilgore using Barry's body to control the Grimm, but Bruce using his symbols saw from Morse code from Bruce that he is trapped in his body, knowing how he actually has escaped, but now into the Razor body, so they decide to work together to defeat the Grimm altogether, in which they're using the sequence to create the portal back to their worlds while congratulating each other on a victory, in which they made it out of the simulation, thanking them for their help and saying that they meet each other again. So we knew that they woke up, which RWBY said is someone is actually creating the simulation, which someone they have never seen before. Now, I really enjoyed the movie, which we actually have Team RWBY plus Team Jennifer, or part of it, which team up with the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Cyborg, Green Lantern, and Vixen, all together to defeat the evil robot Kilgore. Plus, they're using the same animation as the movie series on Rooster Teeth. Even though that this is the movie's first animated movie, and it still counts as an anime movie as well, which seeing the Justice League as teens is actually quite interesting and exciting. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen on part 2 with them battling another villain that they didn't get to meet yet. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the movie review if you guys haven't get the chance to see the review of the final episode of Volume 9. You can check it out in the link in the description below. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Godric here saying signing out. Laters and be safe.